Hello, my name is Aaron Pacifist, and welcome back. This is my progress series on my combat restricted level 3 Iron Man, where we try to do anything and everything to gain levels in these skills, acquire collection log items without gaining any combat XP, or at least no combat levels. Last episode, we mostly worked on skilling with fletching, working towards base 90s, and now we have just 13 levels left for base 90s between fire making and fletching. This episode, we're going to get into Winter Todt to start working on those fire making levels, and we'll get a few fletching levels along the way too. So without further ado, let's head on to the Icy Fortress. So Winter Todt is pretty normal on this account. I mean, lots of people do Winter Todt on a level 3 or a hardcore to start out their account. The only thing that's different, really, is the best way to get there is a games necklace. I have no way to get a games necklace. So I keep my spellbook set to Arceus and use the Arceus home teleport over to the Dark Alta here. And then we have to run all the way from here all the way up to Winter Todt. And a lot because still doing farm runs. So this is kind of an annoying feature of Winter Todt. It would be really nice if there was literally any transportation method to it other than the games necklace, because the minigame telly doesn't work for it. Unless that's changed recently, that would be pretty embarrassing. But other than that, once we get there into the bank, I'll show you the loadout we're going to use, and it'll be pretty familiar, I think. Alright, and here is our Winter Todt loadout, nothing too fashionable. This is the only piece of Pyromancer garb I have, so we'll wear that. Warm gloves to go with it, and Clue Hunter boots and trousers to fill out the 4 warm items. I do have Bruma torches that I could use for a warm item in the hand slot, and that does mean you don't need a tinder box in Winter Todt. You can use a Bruma torch in place of a tinder box, but I prefer to keep the hammer on and use that in place of a hammer in the inventory. And I always, whenever I'm wearing anything in the hand slot other than the hammer, I always forget to bring a hammer on my birdhouse run, so I prefer to just leave it this way. And then we take off the hat just for fashion. I just think wearing just a graceful hat with a bunch of other stuff just looks weird, so take it off for fashion. Axe goes in the inventory, of course. We cannot equip that without any combat levels. Knife, because we'll be fletching. And usually I only need 1 piece of cake at this level per game, so we only bring in the 1 cake. And that's it. That's our loadout. We're going to hop in and go through these games. I think I'll stack up the crates for a while, and we'll do a few openings along the way. I don't think I have enough bank slots to save all of them for the level 90 grind, but I'll try to save as many as I can, and we'll do a handful of openings as we go. So I'm gonna hop to a Winter Todt world and get into my first game. And it looks like our first game is about to end here. Didn't quite make it all the way to 1,000 points. But here I just wanted to see our KC. We're starting with 100 KC on this grind. And we'll see where it ends up when we get to 90. So I'm over here just trying to do a farm run. And I go to pick my Belladonna. And I get poisoned, which is usually what happens when you're not wearing gloves. Which I am. Warm gloves apparently don't count as gloves for the purposes of Belladonna. So that's kind of an annoying little thing that we've just learned. So I will be switching to graceful gloves because I don't want to have to change my loadout every time I do a farm run. So we're going to use graceful gloves. That means we need another warm item. So that is going to be the Harpy Bug Lantern, because I am great at this game. And I have the Slayer requirement for it over here. It does have a Slayer requirement on the Harpy Bug Lantern of 33. So we're able to use that, and now I can actually pick Belladonna without almost dying. Actually, I wasn't really paying attention. I probably could have died to that. Oops. So as we go through this game, I was taking a look at the Winter Todt damage calculator over here. And it shows that at 80 fire making and 10 HP, we actually only need 3 warm items to get the lowest possible damage. At 2, we're going to start taking more, so we'll stick to 3. And that means that we can unequip the Harpy Bug Lantern, which I just don't like. It doesn't fit, I just don't feel like it looks good with the outfit. But then, if we get all the way up to level 89 fire making, then we can actually drop down to 2 items and still take the minimum possible damage. So I think that's what we're at. 89 will drop down to 2, and then it stays at 2 all the way to 99. You can never go down to 0. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop this Harpy Bug Lantern and just, make the fit look a little bit better. And as this game finishes up, this is going to be the first fire making level on this grind up to 81 at, where's the KC? 109. And don't even need to finish this game. It looks like we're going to come in with 82 fire making. 8 levels to go. 121 KC, by the way, for that level. And right at the beginning of this game, we're going to come in at 133 KC with 83 fire making. Let's keep it going. Here we are with 84 fire making at a total KC of 147 and a half. And at the end of this Winter Todt round, that is 85 fire making. Yeah, let's go get an Infernal Axe. And that is at 163 KC. And this game is going to put us at 86 fire making at a total KC of 179. And at the end of this game, that's going to put us at, oh, of course, this time the game doesn't end, 87 fire making with a 198 total KC so far. So as I put this crate into the bank, that is going to fill the bank. Now I said that whenever we fill the bank, we would do the opening and split it, but I kind of figured that would be a little earlier. It just feels like we're so close to 90, 2.5 levels, that I want to keep saving. So I'm going to spend some time. I did the math. I think I need roughly 50 bank slots. And I think I can get it. There's some stuff here, like this gnome stuff. I don't know why I have this in my bank. That's completely useless. There's placeholders for quest items and just other random, completely useless quest items that there's no reason to have in my bank at all. Just regular bones? Why? Why? A bronze med helm and an iron chain? Like, I can get these items whenever I want, again, if I do drop them. So I'm not going to drop anything that I can't easily get again, like camo or random items or maybe quest items that I'm partial to, but we're going to clean this out. And yeah, there's also placeholders here for items that I'll never get again that they just don't need to be there. So we're going to do a bit of a speed up montage of bank cleaning, and yeah, well, hopefully I can get up to 50 free inventory slots on this. Let's go. And that will put us at 55 free bank spaces. Hopefully that will be enough to get us to 90 fire making. We might be just a little bit short, maybe less than 5, but we'll see. I did the math pretty roughly. If we are a little bit short, I'll get a little more aggressive. You know, I like to keep these ore and bar and planks, but I can clear them out temporarily just for a short period of time. But until we get there to that last little bit when I might need, you know, just a couple more inventory spots, we're going to leave it at 55 free slots for now. And I'm going to get back to Winter Todd. We are about halfway to 88. Alright, and after this game, that is going to put us at 88 fire making at a total KC of 218. 2 levels left. And right at the beginning of this game, as I get smacked by the Todd, that is 89 fire making at a total KC of 200 and... you can barely read that, but 238 total KC. That also means at 89 that we can take off one of these pieces of warm clothing and switch it into a piece of graceful, which will be nice for the herb runs to not lose energy quite as fast. Only 1 level left to go for fire making, and it looks like not gonna get a full fletching level, only 61.6%. I expect that probably not even hit 70 on this last fire making level, so not quite as much fletching XP as I wanted, but all those crates are still saved up, so we'll see what we get from those crates in one more level. Just 500k XP to go. Now that we're 89 and we can drop down to 2 pieces of warm clothing as the outfit, I'll be running with just the 1 piece of pyro that we have because we're saving all those crates. Hopefully we'll get some more in those after 90. And I think the Santa hat looks good. I like the anti-Santa hat, and then that gives us more space for graceful, which will give us a little bit more run energy because I have been running out a little bit on the farm runs when these were Clue Hunter and I was only wearing just the graceful gloves. So just a little bit of quality of life that I don't have to equipment switch as much. Time to go get this last level. This is unfortunately my least favorite farming contract, as it's the only one you can't do on a level 3 Iron Man. There's no way to get white lily seeds. You have to kill Hespori for them, and there's no other way to get them without the GE on an Iron Man. So, in case you didn't know this, if you talk to Guildmaster Jane, you can ask for an easier contract. So that'll drop you from a hard to a medium or a medium to an easy. White lilies do exist on both the hard and the medium table, but not the easy table. So I have had to double skip before, but you'll never get completely soft lock out of farming contracts because you'll always be able to drop to at least an easy and then probably get something crappy like papaya, which is a very long growth time and on a medium contract is not a very good seed pack. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off in case you thought you were soft locked with a white lily contract. You are not. And at the end of this game, we are finally coming in with level 90 fire making. Can now burn redwood logs. Probably won't do that, but can add redwood logs to the abyssal lantern. That is pretty nice. And we are at a total KC of 262. I'm gonna find somewhere a little less busy, less crowded to go to, and then we'll talk about the stats on this grind. Alright, in this video we did 163 games of Winter Todd, going from 99 KC all the way up to 262. We gained just under 3.4 million fire making XP for that grind, getting us another level 90, just 1 skill left for base 90s. And we also gained 300k fletching XP, almost exactly, which is pretty nice addition. That'll save us a few mil in broad arrows and some time there as well. Those are some solid gains. The construction were already 99, so I really don't care about that or the wood cutting XP. These XP per hours aren't great because I do a lot of farm runs in between games, but we can kind of compare that fletching is a little less than 10 to 1 ratio to the fire making XP when doing this. And I'm not great at this. Most of my crates were 900 to 1,000 points, and I averaged probably fletched, I think, around 34, 35 logs per game. So you can kind of do with that what you will. And in the bank, if we go take a look over here, we have all of these crates, and I didn't have to clear any more. That one clear session we did was almost perfect. I only cleared 2 extra slots, so that went pretty well. But I think for this episode, we are going to leave it there. I'm going to leave you hanging on all those crates, and next time we are going to go through all those crates. We're going to process whatever materials we get from them, and hopefully that will get us a little bit closer to 90 fletching, and then we'll go and gather whatever materials we need to get that last little push up to 90. So I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.